and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you? And how has your week been? I really hope it's been a good one. Well, mine has. We've had a good week, Will I Can and I have had a very good week. We have been working every single day. I feel like I've been on a treadmill in the shop for good few days. It feels like weeks, but it's only a few days. We've been at work every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today, and I've loved it. It's really been great, but I'm tired, honestly. Not used to standing on my feet all day, having had a lot of the summer off. I know, lucky me, and I do feel very lucky and very blessed to have been able to do that. And yeah, it's been great, actually. I am tired. It's Sunday night. Just got home. Just had a slice of toast before dinner. Just had a coffee to try and pep me up to do this Sunday Catch-Up podcast. I feel like doing it from my bed, actually. And it's going to be a really interesting one, actually, this podcast, because I was thinking about what I wanted to chat about today, because I didn't feel like there's been much of a theme, but there has been a theme this week. And we went to our friend's apartment on Friday night and had a really interesting chat, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you, which kind of encapsulated the whole theme for this week. And so I'll talk to you about that in this podcast. And I think you'll find it really interesting about this theme. So as I say, Will and I have been working. On Sunday, did that fabulous workshop. Do you remember last week I was talking about the workshop that I was going to be doing on Sunday? And it was all about autumnal energy. It was about us working through with meditation, giving readings to each other. It's the workshop that I love the most, spiritual awareness workshop. And I'll tell you, it was such a beautiful workshop. I absolutely loved facilitating it, and it was incredible. The group of ladies that attended were phenomenal. They were all so real, so authentic, the vulnerability in that room was amazing. The courage. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And I was very moved, and I cried at the end because I felt it. I felt them coming in. And we come in and come to that kind of workshop, and there's a lot of scattered energy, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of calm, there is some calm, but there's a lot of, it feels fractured. And then as the day goes by, an angel feather just came past. How interesting. I'm sitting upstairs in our spare room, and this beautiful feather just came down. That's beautiful. And then throughout the day they heal, and you start to see their aura change and the energy start lifting off. And we worked with the autumn energy about letting go and about what do they want coming up, and so for their lives. And so it was amazing. It really was. The warmth, the generosity, the love. We were rocking last Sunday. Honestly, it was incredible. And I was so excited because we'd had such a good day. I couldn't wait to plan the next one, which isn't till spring. But I was it was immense, and I was on a high for a couple of days after that workshop. It was incredible. So I know some of you listen to this, so thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for being real. And there are there's some couple of really interesting stories that happened from that workshop that I've heard. I just need to get the permission from a couple of people as to whether I can share it, because it's really interesting. So watch this space, and if I can, it's quite, I know this stuff works. I know manifestation works. I know that. I know magic works, and I know there's magic afoot. And I know that when we align ourselves, when we work on ourselves, when we do the work, the energy, the magic that flows is incredible. But when you hear what happens, like there's an amazing story that I want to share with you, but I do need to get her permission. Like the next morning, the thing that she let her go of happened. Like it happened. What she needed to let go of, what it made such a difference to her. And it's amazing that it worked that quick. And I'm always in awe of that. I'm in awe of the magic. I'm in awe of the universe and how it can work so fast. And the letting go is absolutely crucial for manifesting what we want in our lives. And so, yeah, it was a really great workshop, and it was really good. And I've had people coming in that were on it last Sunday, coming in and giving me big hugs and stuff, so which is really nice, you know. Yeah, it's just really nice. It's really nice to see, you know, we all do this work we all want to kind of make a difference, don't we, to ourselves? And we hope that what we say and what we do can make a difference to other people. And then when a workshop like that happens and you just know that you've made a difference to that person and that person, it just is truly humbling. So that was Sunday. So thank you, ladies. Absolutely incredible. And then the rest of the week really has been quite uneventful, other than just being like at work, at Quest, in the beautiful Energie there, and the team have done so well. Energy is off the scale. There's been so many tears this week of customers just coming in and just falling into our embrace and into Quest energies. People are really suffering and struggling. And I think because of the space that we offer and the sacredness and just how lovely the team is, it's just really nice to welcome everybody in and to be there for each other as a team, but also to be there for our customers. We really do offer a truly lovely space, and it's very interesting, having had the summer off, not being in the shop full time, just going in for the odd day, to now being in there for the week. And the beautiful team have just done an awesome job, and it's just lovely. It's just so nice to be in the Energie Centre, and it's just really lovely. So, yeah. What else has been going on this week? I'm going to come to the theme in a minute, but we saw friends on Thursday night, which was really, really nice. We played cards, Will cooked sausages and mash, and we had a really fun, wholesome evening. And it's just nice, isn't it, when you hang out with your tribe and they're like-minded people and they're on the same train as you and you're just on the same vibe, but it's just very easy and it's lovely. It's really nice. So that happened on Thursday. And on Tuesday, we went out for dinner to Mimosas in your village. If you live in England and you live local to Epsom, I'd thoroughly recommend Mimosas. Great little place. Really nice. Not too expensive. Well, it certainly wasn't expensive that evening because they treated us to dinner, because we had given his daughter, who's just had a baby and they're just moving house, our family table and chairs, which this table and chairs is very precious to us. We moved it to our cottage. We tried to put it up in our cottage, but it's way too big. So we've been storing it away, and we're thinking we want to sell it, or we want to, to give it to a lovely family who's going to cherish it as much as we have. And when they came round, our friends came round to see the cottage, and we were saying we had this table and chairs, and they said, our daughter would love it. And so we gave it to them, and they haven't even got the house yet, but Sally and Gary came around and got it. And we've had so many happy times around that table. Will and I chose it, and it was such a big purchase for us at the time. It was mega expensive. It was just one of those really lovely purchases, and it was really difficult to let go of it until we found the right people to have it. And so, yeah, it was really nice. And obviously we gave it to them. We didn't want any money for it at all. And it was just nice to know that it was going to go to a lovely home. And yeah, I mean, Will and I are not materialistic at all. But when you've got something that's just been around and it's just got so many happy memories and everything, it was just really nice to give it to them. So they took us out we didn't know, it only when the bill came that they said, no, we want to pay because of the table and everything. So that was a real nice treat. It was really nice. And then on Friday we went to some friends' place, apartment, and had some nice family time with them. They're dear friends for some time, and their sister-in-law, brother-in-law came round with their two children, who last time I saw them were very young, and now they're in their teens, and I think even maybe early 20s. But yeah, it was awesome to catch up with them. And so yeah, it's been quite a social week as well, which Will and I absolutely love, as well as kind of the hard work, but also been packing for India, because we're off to India on Tuesday. So next week's podcast is going to come from India. I can't wait to share that with you. I'm going to be sharing a lot of content from India. I'm going to be doing a lot of content around the magic of India, because India is definitely a magical place. My heart is in India. I love India. I love the people in India. I love everything about India, and I'm going to be bringing that to you live. I'm going to be bringing it to you in any which way that I can bring India into your life. The colour, the smells, everything about it. I am going to be all over social media, the YouTubes. I've already got the plan for the blogs. Honestly, it's just going to be like, I can't wait to talk to you about the adventures that we're having in India. I've planned this road trip. And just like one piece of magic, we're doing this big road trip. So we're visiting different places, and one of the places that we're going to Varanasi, and it's quite a way out, but on the way we have to stay over. And I was reading the biography of a guru called Papaji, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, really super interesting, and he's got an ashram in Lucknow, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could go to his ashram, or I know he's passed away, but the ashram is still there, or just go to somewhere that I'd read. And I just randomly booked this hotel, because it's kind of right on the road between where we're coming from to, which is Dehradun, to Lucknow, to Varanasi. So it's like on the road. Anyway, I looked it up, 4.5 miles away from where we're staying. Yes, so we're going to be visiting there. Just one bit of magic that fell into place. There's lots of little magic things. There's another one where I want to do this train trip from somewhere called Kalka to Shimla, and I really pray that we can do it, but it was shut from a landslide a few weeks ago, so I haven't checked whether it's reopened. I daren't check, but I've got to check. And then it was like how to get tickets, so that you have to get them 30 days before. You could do it online. There was all the instructions, everything. Came to the night of doing it, and of course couldn't get them. Didn't recognise an international card, didn't recognise the international phone number, even though I'd set it all up. Didn't. And then I thought, well, how am I going to get tickets to the train? And then I contacted... When we've been to India before, we've stayed in Pushkar a lot, which is where we're visiting this time. And I contacted them, and they very kindly booked the tickets for me. So we're going to get to go on this train, which is something that Will and I have wanted to do for so long. And I can't wait to share that experience with you. It's going to be epic, as long as we can do it. But we're going to go to this hill station. We're going to the Golden Temple. We are going to do Aarti in Varanasi. We've also booked, I'm so excited. So there was part of this trip where it just wasn't gelling. I wanted to go and see some people that we'd seen on that programme where they go around the world, and it's a competition. They did India and Nepal. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant series. What's it called? Around the World? No, I've forgotten the title of it, but you know the one where they compete. There's like 4 couples. The celebrity one's coming out soon. The one they just released back in the summer, they did India and Nepal. I really thoroughly recommend it, and that's how come we're going back to India, because I just thought we need to go back to India, so that's why we're going. But on there was this incense place that was recycled temple flowers. I really wanted to go there. Unfortunately, I did a silly thing, which is my own silly fault, but I have to trust that everything happens for us, which it does. And so I have to trust that this happened for us. And I contacted them, this particular place, and they were like, yeah, really interested in everything else. But then it kind of transpired that we were coming to India, so I didn't contact them back for a couple of months, and then they've just ignored my messages. So I hadn't booked any hotels to this place. It was on the way back after Varanasi to go to Agra, but it just didn't gel. It just didn't feel right till 3 days ago. I spoke to someone who's going to do us a tour in Varanasi, and he's like a tour guy, and he was saying, well, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? And I was like, yeah. So I checked it all out. Again, it's many, many miles away. But basically, last year, the girls and I went on safari in Ranthambore, and it's a tiger safari. And Harriet and I were really, really lucky to see tigers. Honestly, it was amazing. I know I would have shared that with you last year, but it was incredible. And we actually got to see a tiger. So blessed, so lucky, and it was so awesome. And we went out a few more times and we never saw a tiger again. So we're going to go. I'm going to take Will I Can to safari, and we're going to try and see a tiger again. But we saw a cheetah, we saw a leopard, maybe a leopard. We saw loads of stuff. So yeah, that's super exciting. So again, I can't wait to share that with you. And then it sort of all fell into place. We're like, oh, we'll go there. So that's great. And there was somewhere I wanted to stay, a homestay. Oh, I'm so excited. You can hear it in my voice, can't you? I'm really excited, blah, 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 blah. But there's this place that I wanted to go to that I had to cancel because it wasn't in the route, but we can go back there and it sounds really nice. So there we go. India's coming next week. We are there for 3 weeks, 3 days, and I shall be bringing it to you over the course of October. And I'll be that's going to be the theme, the magic of India for October, for all the social media stuff. But of course, I'll be sharing some of the adventures on the podcast. So that's super exciting. So what else? It's just been a nice week. So theme for this week has been mental health. We've had lots of customers coming in, really struggling. Their children are struggling, they're struggling, and I think that our mental health is so crucially important. And have you noticed how it's been steadily on the decline for quite some time? And people have been coming to me because they've been struggling. I've had family, friends really, really struggling with their mental health. And also, I've had customers come in this week who have had bereavements, which we get all the time. But there was just, I had 3 women who were 66 pass away this week that I heard of. And you're like, what is going on? Is it the age that we've got to? What is it? And then few people have kind of done the whole conspiracy thing over it's the vaccination and all of this. And you're like, really? Maybe? Don't know. Not sure, but it kind of gets you you can just feel the fear in your tummy when they talk about that, because obviously we all did what we thought was right, whether you had the vaccination or whether you're not. I'm not going into that. I'm not whatever. I had the vaccination. I chose for my own reasons, because I wanted to travel. So I had that, but it just gets you thinking. So anyway, it's been a lot around that this week. And I've managed to keep myself quite centered, and I've been keeping my vibe high. And before I just go on to say what I was just going to finish, one of the things that I did this week to keep my vibe high, because I was feeling a bit tired and a bit flat on the way to work, and I knew I had a full day at work, and I put on the Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Azariah. And I just cried on the way to work. I know that sounds like my energy was dipped, but it wasn't. I was so in awe. I was like, my heart was out there. My energy was wide. I was like full in this song, and I loved it. And my whole body, my soul was just like on vibe, and it was just amazing. I was feeling so good. So it's kind of like doing things like that to keep the vibe high and to keep the energy high. But when I got into, because Will was driving another car, so we took 2 cars in because we needed to give the other one to our daughter. But when I pulled up into where we park, there was a guy that was next to me just sorting out his tools in his van. And he goes, oh, I love that song. And I'm like, I love that song too. And then we spoke about the guy that sung it. And then I said, he died. It was so sad a few years ago. And he's like, yeah, I think he was overweight and he had bad health and all the rest of it. We got chatting. Really nice guy. Mike, his name is. And he was like fire guy for the Energie Centre. And he said his son was training in it and it's been a really good trade for him and but he was a bit tired. Anyway, and then he tells me his wife's into Reiki and crystals and all of the stuff. And it was like this moment of interaction, which was immense. It was absolutely immense. And then I told Will the next morning and said to him how I'd met this guy and told him the whole story that I've just told you. And he said, you didn't get his card by any chance, did you? And I was like, no. He goes, only I had a conversation the day before when I met this guy with someone, a business in Epsom that wanted a fire guy. I didn't take his card, but I know who he is and I can get his number. But what were the chances of that? So 2 like little magic moments there. So anyway, coming back to mental health and how important it is to keep ourselves centered and grounded and keeping our vibe high and doing all that we can do to keep that high. One of our friends, so our friend, who we keep in contact with, his husband is an A&E consultant. And I got the opportunity to talk to him about the whole COVID conspiracy. Has he noticed there's been an increase of deaths more than usual? Has there been anything unusual around the deaths? Has there been any common factors? Has he noticed it or any of his colleagues? And he said no. He said he absolutely hasn't, but what he has seen and what they have seen an increase in is mental health. And there has been, there is an increase. And he said, and a lot of it is to do with being online and being involved with the social media and involved with, watching videos and just going kind of down that rabbit hole of videos and social media. And he said that people have just more and more diagnoses with ADHD because the brain is constantly being wired by online. It's interesting, isn't it? And so stress is even more on the increase. And so whatever we can do to de-stress, it's so critical right now. Being out in nature, whatever. And I've just said to Will, I said, I don't want to be stressed anymore. I really don't want to be stressed. If we're going to be in stress, then, okay, so what is the stress and sort it out, like time pressure or whatever it is, things that are outside of our control. We've got to manage it better. I know stress has always been there, but honestly, everyone, it is on the increase and we have to look after our mental health. So we've got to pull together as a community to help one another, to keep our vibration high, to keep chatting to people, to keep talking. Quest is there for anyone that just wants to come in. It truly is. And we're all here for you and we're all here for each other. And I think that's really nice. And that was the wonderful things from last Sunday, was that to be with like-minded people, to be surrounded by the love and the authenticity and everything is so important. and to look for it's not about being positive the whole time. It's just looking for solutions, looking for responsibility. It's being real. It's feeling what we're feeling. It's noticing how our body feels. It's meditating. It's going for those walks. It's doing all of those things. It's going for the runs. It's doing the exercise. It's doing all those things that we know we need to do, yet somehow we forget to do them. But we have to do it. It's vitally, vitally important. And vitally important that we encourage our tribe to do it. But ultimately, people just have to take responsibility for themselves. But also we need to I think that if we do it, then that will help someone else to do it as well. So we have to look after each other. We have to just be kind and be nourishing and be nurturing. And so many people come in the shop and are so rude. Honestly, they really are. They come in, can be really rude and off, and you just think, you must be so stressed. You must be so off. Like, I know we've all had our moments, and I've shared on these podcasts my moments of stress and my rudeness in shops. I have once or twice been a little rude in shops, I know. And so I am talking from personal experience. It is not the shop assistant's fault. But people are just not, it's really sad. So compassion, kindness, love, it's just really important, really is. So that was very, very reassuring from what he said. I think we all know because we're all feeling it. So, right, that's it. That's it for me. I'm going to go and pack. I'm going to go and finish packing because I've already started. Actually, I'm going to record a meditation, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is contact our Quest community to let them all know about the solar eclipse tonight. Because tonight there's a solar eclipse and we can manifest what we want to manifest in our life and let go of what we don't want to let go of on our life. It's also autumn equinox as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to do a little ceremony ritual tonight as well, to think about what I want to bring into my life and what not I and will I can I and what we want to let go of as well. Alrighty. Well, how's your week been? What have you been noticing? What's been your theme of the week? Interested? I've got some Bali blessing cards right in front of me, and I'm going to pick one for you. Here we go. What is it? Grace. There we go. Let's all lead a graceful life and let grace into our lives to help us live a magical life. One of flow, one of love, one of magic, one of unexpected blessings, one of calm. I like that. Let me do one more. Enthusiasm. I've got bucket loads of that. There's it's really funny because there's a little image on it, and it's someone on a moped with 4 huge, those bottles of water. He's got 4 of those on this little moped. That's what it's like out in Bali. That's really funny. That's giving me a laugh. Okay. So let's just quickly let everything settle. Just allowing you to come into stillness right now. Just by focusing on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Everything is happening for you. Have a really beautiful week. Have a blessed week. Enjoy. And don't forget, I put out lots of meditations on my YouTube channel, so you can head over there, the Soul Coach TV, and get some of those meditations and listen to them. Or they've got meditations on the app, or I've even got 21 meditations on my soulcoach.com website. Take good care of yourself. Lots of love. Thank you very much for listening and have a super week. And I'll see you all in India next week. Take care. Bye. That's my week wrapped up. What stood out, what shifted, and what I'm taking forward. Now it's over to you. What moments shaped your week? What inspired you? Let's keep the conversation going. Come and connect with me on @thesoulcoach or YouTube and let me know your thoughts. If this episode spoke to you, feel free to share it, tag me, or send it to someone who might enjoy it too. See you next week for another reflection. But until then, take care, stay present, and keep journeying within.